Hi, everybody. I'm going to give you all a few minutes to come in and say hi and where you're from. Let us know that you're here. I actually have some surprise pop-ins for us today. We were having so much fun on the Brother Facebook Live today that we decided to extend it onto my page and do a little bit more. So today I have Angela and Joanne. Joanne's not quite made it to us yet, so I'm going to pop Angela in and let her say hi. I haven't. Oh, so Pat's coming in. So some people are starting to pop in. Hi, Karen. Good to see you here from Margate, Florida. I'm betting Judy from Surprise, Arizona will be here soon. I always say she's my Andy Griffith person because I always want to say surprise, surprise, surprise.
Hey, Cindy, how are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know. It's just been a few minutes, right? Just not quite long, not quite that long. I forgot to put our names below us. Oops. Oh, well. So, Angela, what are we talking about today?
Well, after the last show, we had so much fun talking about ugly sweaters or beautiful sweaters or over embellished or over the top sweaters or pajama pants or boxer shorts, whatever. We had to continue this on because Joanne showed those gorgeous cards and I have my ScanNCut sitting right here. And you gave me this really cute, this is kind of where this whole conversation started going. Check out this that Cindy gave us last year. See if I can put a, hey, my mother doesn't know we're live. Hi, Mom. See, I'll put this over so you can see the back. Isn't that cute?
So we had fun with that one.
Yeah, so I said, you know what? I want to have this again with the 2020 with the fish on it. So that's what I'm working on right now. And actually, you know what I was thinking, Cindy? I cut one of the pieces of vinyl. I still have to cut the second piece. And I have my ScanNCut over here that I can show you in a little bit. But I'm thinking if I use my pen, I could draw this, couldn't I?
You certainly could. You certainly can. All right, I see Joanne here, so I'm going to add her in with us, and we will flip switch.
Hey, everybody.
There we go.
Hey,
Nice
Joanne.
to be back. Make a day.
Yes,
happen, right?
indeed. Long time no see. So we had fun this morning, and we just wanted to extend it, or this afternoon, I guess. It is still today, isn't it? What day of the week is it? Who knows? So
whatever
Joanne,
day.
if
Yes.
they weren't paying attention, we had some cards showing up this earlier today. So you want to, if they weren't at our other one, you can pop it and show them.
Okay. So I did these 3 cards. Ashley, Aunt Ellie, Uncle Ellie.
It could be an uncle.
Aunt Vic, Uncle Vic. These are all currently on the Brother blog, blog.brothersews.com, and the beautiful little triple design there with 2 snowflakes and a heart in the middle is the free design of the month.
Sweet.
So then I showed just a blank piece that's getting ready to be put on a card, and this is these designs are built into the Luminaire. And I stitched it out on felt, added the personalization, and added a frame shape, and stitched it out on a 5x7 piece of stiff felt. I will trim this down just a little bit, and then I will stitch it onto my card with a little narrow zigzag stitch, and insert something inside of it, and send it off in a regular envelope with a regular stamp, and I'll be good to go.
So Karen wants to know what kind of paper you used.
I just used for the cards themselves, it's just the blank cards that you buy. Plain old vanilla, inexpensive, all ready to go.
And I'm going to show them today how to cut their own if they want to.
Oh, so, cool. Great.
We're not going to go to the envelope part, but they'll have to figure that out for themselves, but we'll show them how to cut their own.
Weight as
That's
just
cool.
Whatever your standard cardstock would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good idea to cut your own.
So, oh, Karen, she gave you a little thumbs up there. Well, okay. So, Angela, do you want to start first? Oh, the other thing, since we were coming here, now mine's over there. I'll show it when we get over to that. we're going to play with cardstock and a little bit of foiling and getting a design off of an embroidery machine and showing what you can do with an embroidery machine and making cards. So
Fun.
without stitching anything. So
Hey,
we're
Cindy,
going to virtually stitch
is
it.
there cards in here at all?
No, there are not cards in there.
Okay, just curious.
I did not do a card.
This
That book is the best ever. Best ever, Cindy. Good job
just
on
got
that.
mine recently, and I'm actually in the process of writing note to self. January, start going through the Cindy Hogan ScanNCut book. If you don't have it, get it, and we can go through it together in January. We can start asking each other questions and join me in the adventure.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, Margaret's saying 2 times in one day, it's hard to handle. Yeah, you may be getting too much of us. All right, Angela, do you want me to show them how I made the ornament first, or would you like to just go cut it out first?
I want to see first because I've only cut out one thing so far. Unless you want me to start cutting and then you show how you made it. Do you want it? Doesn't matter.
Let's start cutting and then I'll show how we came up with it.
Okay, so Cindy sent me this fabulous file over here. Let me see if I got hold on a second. I think you'll be able to hear me over here. Hold on, it's on the other side of the room. Whew. Get my exercise today. All right, so if you look closely here, can you see that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm just going to go back because I already cut one piece out of the red, which I will show you what I cut, just so you know. That's weird. My whole screen went out. I think my computer's tired. So I cut one piece out of here, but let me show you which one. Oh. Am I still with you?
Yep. Did you transfer it wirelessly?
Did you guys hear that? Joanne, I think you sent me your weather. What the heck?
I'm sorry.
I didn't transfer it wirelessly. I should have.
Well, I was going to tell you if you did it wirelessly, the last one that you did was going to be on your desktop. So good thing you did it on USB.
Yeah, with that power outage thing, whatever just happened. So there's 2 files that Cindy sent me. I can't take credit for this one. And if you look closely on there, it's the Angela and Win 2020. So I clicked OK. And I scanned in my fabric. This was my red, so I'm going to do this again with blue. But I already cut that out. And so if I just bring this out, I'll show you that. You can kind of just see.
And what'd you cut it out of, Angela? What is that?
It's just some vinyl. It's actually Brother vinyl that I have. So you can see when I take this all apart, you'll just see that I've already started. I've already cut that whole section. So you don't need to watch that, but you can watch the second part, which she gave me. Yeah, so this is just Brother vinyl. I'll use this. It's not heat vinyl, though, so I'm going to put this like on a cup. But I was just telling Cindy, I love this, and I want to do this with a pen next so I can put this on our cards. I think that'll be really cool. So if I go back, trade data, I think the second one you have here, I'm going to do out of fish, which is this one. And Cindy, do you want to explain to them while I scan in my fabric? I was asking you, what the heck is this whole box for? So
the little 4 boxes are a way to align your design back up. So if you've got multiple layers, that's an easy way to line things up. It gives you something to put down on top to orient it before you actually slap the adhesive vinyl down. Because if you don't do something of that nature, you will actually, once you've stuck the vinyl down, it is down. It is not peeling up until you decide you want to take it totally off your project. So if you don't get it lined up right the first time, it's not much fun.
So kind of like registration marks?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Just like registration marks on an embroidery machine. And Angela's using her vinyl blade, her new vinyl blade, which is sweet.
Right here.
Yes.
I love this blade, by the way. And I also love the new feature for where you can add, oh gosh, I just lost the word. I'll show it to you in just a second when I get there. So let me move this up here. I've already tested this once. Click OK. So this is where I could actually draw if I wanted to, but we're just going to cut. And I think I still have it on half cut. I do. And I'm not going to add it for this design, but I got the weeding box.
Weeding. Yeah. The new weeding box being on the machine is great. I just happened to do it on the software for you because it was right there. It's a punch of a button for me.
Yeah, well, I like it when you do this for me.
Pays to have good friends.
This is what friends are for, right?
Absolutely.
I have beautiful cards from Joanne that I keep because they're so beautiful.
Aw.
And now it's just cutting. So,
all right, I'll share my screen. And let's see here, Canvas Workspace. Okay, guys. So let me get back over here on my screen. I'm going to just do the Canvas Workspace here for a second because y'all are going to see me looking at, I don't care, whatever. This is what we're going to do next. We're going to go ahead and delete that. But what I did for Angela and Wynn's is I went in and grabbed my text tool and typed in Angela and Wynn. So Angela.
Nice font.
I love that font. That was what that
Belmonte. And Wynn. And then because you have to do in Canvas Workspace, you have to do one line at a time. It doesn't let you do multiple lines. So now I've got them all up there. And we're going to align them up a little bit. So you're going to select them all. And you're going to go up to your edit menu over here. So there's some quick, tricky things over here we can do with this. The first thing that we can do is we can weld these letters together because if we cut them like they are right now, do you see the N and the E and the L's? Those are going to extend into the other letter and that will chop them off. What you see cutting, the lines will cut. So we're going to weld our letters together. There we go. So now that's all done. The next thing I want to do in here is something that's called distribute. So in order to make these evenly spaced, if I touch distribute and I do vertical to where they're, did you notice that? Distributing that down. I actually think I want to pull this down a little bit further. And the reason it went down a little bit too far on the G versus the W is because the G descends there. And now we can align those together. That's pretty, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know where I got those fish from the last time, but they were on my computer. So I'm going to import those fish.
Gotta have the fish. Gotta have the fish.
We got to have the fish. So where are the...
It's not Angela and Wynn without the fish.
I got to figure out which one's the fish. Hold on. Well, there we go. This will work. The one I just sent you, we're going to take and play with. So let me ungroup all this and delete my weeding squares and stuff.
How these look.
Cute.
I've got ugly glasses.
Those are so funny.
You got a good head start on the ugly sweater challenge.
There's the fish. I see them.
So there are the little fishies. Put them where you want them. To make your little alignment marks here, and this is one of the lessons in the playbook. So if you've got the playbook, it'll walk you through it as well. I grabbed a square and I made it about a half inch.
I'll be Vanna. Playbook.
There you go. So I made it about a half inch. If you want to make it exactly that, you can always go to the resize button and make it a half inch. Somewhere around there, it's good. We are going to duplicate that. And I like to put 4 up here. And the reason I say I like to put 4 is because sometimes you lose one on either end. And this makes life easier. So we're going to grab those 2 since we've got them and align them to the top or the bottom, whichever one you want to do, and group them. Then you can duplicate that and take it over to the right-hand side. And there you go. You've got your alignment marks. And what that does for you is it makes life easier when you are putting your vinyl together with your transfer tape. Now, there is another method, and I recently heard it, and I can't tell you it's my idea, but I thought it was genius. Somebody used, what was it? Parchment paper instead of alignment marks. So what they did was they lifted up their first piece with their transfer tape, placed that on top of the parchment paper, and then had their other piece weeded and laid that down on top of it. And so it doesn't stick until you actually take the parchment paper off and you can see through the parchment paper. So I thought that was genius. I will have to say, but I can't take credit for knowing that one myself. Somebody else did that one and it was genius. Down here, if you have the vinyl upgrade kit or if you have the roll feeder, you will have a weeding box. And we now have advanced weeding options to where you can choose optimizing or specifying spacing. I've determined that it's probably smarter than I am. And so I let it do its thing and click OK. So how did I separate them so that she would have different colors? Well, that's where Canvas Workspace comes in very, very handy. If you go into your layers menu, you can hide the two fish with the eyeball.
Brilliant.
And then you can export the Angela and Win. So export, and I did it to I basically did it to my computer, export FCM file. Once you've done that one, come back in here and turn the fish back on, and then turn off the Angela and Win. I actually then resized the weeding box, so I ungrouped it for a second. Oops, hit the wrong button there. So that you didn't waste so much of your second vinyl. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. How did I do that? Undo.
Our favorite button.
Yes, it is. I want that grouped. I didn't want the other part. So we want that grouped. Oh, I did hit ungroup, didn't I? Undo, didn't I? There we go. So now we should be able to just pull that in. Where are my little squares? Computer's not liking me today, guys. Anyhow, you can shrink it if you want to, but then go up to File, Export, Transfer, FCM, and it's only going to transfer the fish and your weeding box.
So question. If I wanted to turn this now into drawing, and I don't want those extra boxes on there, would it be faster for me to just pick the fish out of ScanNCut to cut, or should I just go back here and get rid of all those boxes? Or
just come back here and get rid of the boxes.
Okay.
So all you've got to do is get it back down to the basic, turn on your eyeballs, and you're ready to draw.
Perfect. So why don't you just send that to my machine from there?
I'm not connected to yours today, unfortunately. So did you weed it yet?
It's cut. Let me go check. I'll be right back.
All right. So the other thing we were going to do today is on my end. After she's got her little thing weeded, let's show you what we mean by weeding. That means taking away the excess vinyl. That's why we put that little box around stuff so that you wouldn't waste your vinyl.
Oh, yeah. I can see the weeding part. Do you want me to pull that back?
Yep.
I've got my tools here too if I need them.
It depends on how it cut.
I did have it on half cut.
If you didn't do a test cut, we maybe.
I did not.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. There you go.
Bad. Usually I always do that too, but I always forget when I'm live. Because
that's good.
Boy,
that
tiny little fish really show the benefit of that new blade with all that tiny detail.
I love my new blade. I will say that it is the bomb. It is the bomb.
Precision.
Oh my gosh, these fish are so stinking cute. I think I might have to do some mugs for the boat. We have a fishing tournament on Saturday. I might have to surprise
Ooh, it's going to be a little chilly of a fishing tournament.
It is going to be a little chilly, but we have a heater on there. If I get my finger out of here.
And I'll tell y'all what I do. Once I've cut my weeding box, I take my scissors and cut it off the rest of the vinyl so that I don't have to fight the rest of the vinyl either.
That's a good idea. So there's my fishies that are off of here. I'll just stick it to my ScanNCut for now. And I kind of messed up his tail just a little bit, but nothing that can't be fixed.
You can always rub that down.
That was my fingernail. And then for up here, you just want me to pull back these little boxes or what?
Yep. Just pull back the outside area, leave the boxes on there.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to open my handy dandy.
I'm going to take this screen off here and go back to this.
Because
That's what they make it for.
that's what they make it for. It just makes it easy.
I don't know, Jen, or for some reason it's not showing our, I don't know why it didn't post it.
Okay, there's one.
That's a StreamYard issue right now. So there she's got two squares over there, and see, I like the way the weeding box on the software did that because it divided those squares up. So if you mess one up, you don't mess them both up.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Carrie. We've got Priscilla here. Charlene's here. Vera's here. I've already said hi to Miss Karen. What else we got here? Some people are, maybe you're not getting notification of it, but a large portion of this group is out of Facebook. So I don't know why. Couldn't answer that. It's that StreamYard bug.
One that's a little bugger, but
That's why you've got 4 of them.
I can leave
Insurance policy.
It is my insurance policy. That having them on both sides makes a huge difference. So don't worry about that one.
Okay.
You've got 3 that will help you. As long as you've got 3 there, you've got 1 on each side. You're good.
All right, and then this one here, if I just pull off, there's 2 frames around this. You want this big piece off?
Yep. That's going to be your lettering. So you don't have to do the whole thing if you don't want to. Now, they've learned what weeding is. They've seen it on your fish.
I'll put on my better glasses so I don't mess this one up.
That one's going to be your critical piece. Terry wants to know what kind of fish you'll be catching this weekend.
Oh, steelhead in the river.
Steelhead in the river.
Yeah.
That is going to be so chilly.
Yeah, this is the time of year for that, though, isn't it, Angela? I mean,
it's a good time. Actually, wind's out right now. He said he caught 4, and he just went out like an hour ago. But we're gonna catch steelhead. There's a little heater inside. I sit inside with all my cozies on, and I only come outside if I really have to, like a fish pond or something.
You're there for moral support.
Thanks so much, Joyce. She says hi to our best educators. Karen wants to know what river you're going on.
St. Joseph River in St. Joseph, Michigan.
You know, I just noticed the other day on my KitchenAid mixer, no affiliation, that it's made in St. Joseph.
Yeah, in Benton Harbor. My office, where I used to be in Benton Harbor, was like right there. It's there.
Oh, wow.
Their whole headquarters are here. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I knew that the Whirlpool headquators were there, but I didn't realize that KitchenAid was there.
I think they bought them out or they combined or something like that.
How neat. How neat.
Karen says you're nuts. And Teresa says hi from Colorado. Okay,
and I was just going to say, if you ever get to visit St. Joseph, Michigan, you will be glad you went. It is a beautiful place.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, girl.
And this time of year, they can see them surfing in Lake Michigan in the Gulf.
Yesterday we had 40, 50 mile an hour winds. I went down to take a photo of the lake because it's right like half mile from my office. And I went to take a photo and it's miserable. And I look out and there's the one guy out there with his wetsuit on, holding on with that thing flying around.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. So Tana wants to know, Tana wants to know, is St. Joseph's where the Frozen Lighthouse is every year?
Well, there's a few different places up the lake, but ours is one of them.
I think you made the news one recently on that.
Yeah, pretty nasty. Well, if you're going to get stuck somewhere, it might as well be somewhere where you got a good scenery, right?
Yeah, there you go. It is pretty even when it doesn't, but I could not believe when I was there that December that those people were surfing.
Oh, that's right. We stopped and stopped traffic. I forgot you were here for that.
Yeah, I've got video of it. I've got evidence that those fools were out there doing that. I just can't imagine. All right, I'm going to pop us over and we're going to talk about making a card.
Thank you for these files, by the way, Cindy. I'm going to be all good on my cards now.
There you go. You're most welcome. All right, so I am going to open up my Canvas library. Is it going to show for you guys? No, I've shared the wrong screen. So hold on. We'll stop sharing for a sec.
Carrie, I see Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to call you last week too. I'm so sorry. It's on the list for this. I'm totally sorry. I just saw her on here.
Okay, so here's my Canvas workspace and I opened up the library and this is my cheater's way of making a card. Go find one that's already done. So there are plenty of cards in Canvas workspace and there is no reason to recreate your own wheel when you can adapt what's already here.
Yep. It's like a template.
It gives you the template that you need. We're just going to make it the size that we need it. Christmas pop-up card, I know is what it is. And for some reason, my internet is being very slow, even though I am plugged in. Come on. Talk to me. Well,
my electricity just blinked, so hopefully I stay with you. We have at least a foot of snow out there and a tree falling down and everything fell down and everything else today. So I hope everybody else is safe.
You need to get rid of that snow before I come to Ohio next week.
I'll go out and blow on it.
I want none of that.
Well, guys, we're going to fill time here while we wait for Canvas Workspace to do its thing for me because it's being ornery as it can be. I can actually show them how I pulled the design up, though, I guess. So let's do here. Let's flip cameras. Camera.
And I have a purring cat on my lap. She decided to stay out of sight this time, but she's keeping me warm.
Oh, there's her. What a great setup over there, Cindy.
Thanks. All right, guys. So you see my machine, right?
Yeah, you can make it bigger.
All right. I'll pin that for a second. Okay, guys. So all I did was I went into my machine, and this is just a little 4x4 machine that I have sitting here at my house, and I put my USB stick in. I basically picked a design that's a running stitch design because that lends itself to what we're going to do. And I saved it to the memory pocket. When I did that, I saved it to the USB. I can't reach in there or I would do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a foil card. And while we're waiting on Canvas Workspace to play nice with us, is this above me? Yes, it is. So here we go. We're going to stick our USB in here. And you should be able to see my screen.
I see your sweater.
Oh, there we go. My screen. All right, so I'm going to touch home here for right now. And I'm going to retrieve that pattern from my USB. And it will be in your B pocket. There it is. I'm going to touch the flower because if I touch the badge, it's going to say this pattern doesn't contain any cutting data, because it has not been color coded to applique material. But you don't have to color code something to use it here unless you want it to be an applique and cut it to the exact size. So we're going to touch the flower and say, okay, you could size it to whatever size you want to because we're going to use it as a drawing line. This right here is our stitch data, and we are going to actually use the stitch data for this one because it gives us all of the parts, and we'll say okay. I'm leaving it grouped, and I'm going to set it onto my page. If you wanted it 2 different colors, if you were drawing it, you could have ungrouped it and given it 2 different colors. Now I'm going to save it because I want to work on it in Canvas Workspace to my Canvas Workspace. And if you are linked wirelessly, you can do that.
Nice. Nice
And my
smooth.
card has finally popped up, so we can get back over to the other way. Okay.
Boy, so many quilting designs could be used for this.
Yeah, it really is an easy way to get this done. And as long as it's a quilting design, you can make the design itself onto cork coasters and match it up. That's what I've done. So we're going to share my Canvas Workspace here. There's my pop-up card. So here we go. We don't need the inside. We just need the outside. Once it gets loaded, I'm going to just close this window. Wow, why is it so slow today?
You should have been on there yesterday when everybody in the whole world was on there buying their Cyber Monday specials.
Yeah.
I was. So, I don't know what's going on with Facebook today, guys. You need a pop-up fish, Terry says. Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
We could do that maybe one day.
I agree, Terry.
Somebody said it was snow. Deborah says it's cold in Louisiana, but no snow. Tennessee actually got snow. This may be one of our earlier snows yesterday.
Yeah.
And it actually accumulated. Not a lot. I mean, Karen would laugh when I say that because why is this not going anywhere? We may end up making our own card game.
I'd send you one of mine if you weren't so far away.
I think we're going to end up making our own because this is just not going anywhere for us. All right. No worries.
Music. Dun, 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 dun.
So no worries. We're just going to pick a square. And we are going to make that square 4.25. We're not going to maintain aspect ratio. 4.25 by 8.5 because our embroidery design is 3.94 inches. I wanted to give it a little bit extra space around it. So I've doubled it in size to be able to make it a long card. All right. And then we're going to go and pick up that file that we just exported from our cutting machine. So we're going to import the FCM file. And we should see our embroidery file pop on here. There we go. Now, I want to change that from a cutting file to a drawing file. That's really important in order to foil. So we're going to click the paintbrush and change it to draw. That's on the properties. Let's see if I can say that in English instead of Southern. Since we are going to make our own card, I'm going to take a line and we're going to draw from one side of our rectangle to the opposite side and click. Double click. There we go. And we want that to cut, but we don't want it to cut all the way. We just want it to kind of pierce it to score it. So the dash pattern on your properties, you're going to change that to the score line. And then we can grab that whole kit and caboodle and make sure it's in the middle. Otherwise, we'll have a lopsided. So we want it center and center. And then group that bad boy, because if you don't, it will fall apart when you go to align something else. So we now have our card made. And we want to align it with this. Easiest way I've found to align this into this space. Grab a square again and pull it onto your design page. And make that the same size. We're going to maintain aspect ratio. We're going to make it 4.25. So that it will be the same size as the external dimensions of your card. And then you can grab the embroidery design that is now a drawing design and center it. You can then group that.
Nice trick.
And then take this and you're going to have to eyeball it, but we're going to zoom in to make eyeballing it easier. It's pretty easy to line it up. And your up and down arrow keys on your keyboard will let you get right in there where you want it to go. Then we're going to go into our layers window. Somebody said Jeopardy music. What?
That's so simple.
Yeah, it's nice that you can nudge it with your arrow keys, though. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that cleaner.
So we're going to take the rectangle shape that we had, and we are going to just delete that out of the layers window. Now we're ready to go. So we have cutting around the outside edge. We have drawing in the inside edge. We are going to send it back to our machine. So we're going to export that FCM file straight to that ScanNCut machine via the internet. And now let's go back over there. Y'all want to talk while I go do?
Sure.
If I can get my cursor back in the right place to grab the right camera. Okay. Oh. What did I just do? Oh, yeah, it's right. Okay.
Make your ScanNCut bigger, though, so we can see.
So what I think is so funny about, this, when you just really get going with the ScanNCut and being able to make so many things, obviously with, paper crafting. I know I used to ignore that department of the, big box fabric store. I'd go past the scrapbooking section. I go, I had nothing in there I need to look at. Now I end up going up and down those aisles, looking at all those papers and how pretty
I'm so with you, Joanne. I agree.
Y'all like green or red? Green or white, I mean.
Do the green.
Do something a little different here and we'll do green.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to draw first. That way we have the best adhesion on our mat. I am using a standard mat, but it is not a brand new standard mat, so it should not stick like super glue, but it should stick enough for me to be able to do this project. And we are going to load the mat.
Carrie says she likes going in the scrapbook aisle too now, so I'm with you, Carrie.
Oh, let's do this. So can y'all see my load button?
Yep.
We're going to load that mat. And then we're going to press home. Because we don't need the pattern that we saved out. So we're going to touch home and touch OK. Retrieve our data. Where did I put it? Transfer from Canvas Workspace. So there's our design. We are going to move that up. Ooh, undo. So let's go home again. I forgot to group the thing. So retrieve data, the machine. Since I forgot to group it on Canvas Workspace, I'm going to go into Edit, select Objects, and select All. And we're going to temporarily group it. And then we can move it up where we want to go. I don't need to background scan this because I have an entire mat of paper. So there's no need to background scan. We're going to touch OK because we're ready to go. Touch OK again. And we want to tell it what we're going to do. So we want to foil first. So the first part of this is foil glue. And let me flip. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. Y'all didn't see any of that.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
No, we saw it. We saw it.
I was like, wait a minute. I looked up. All right. So let's get, there we go.
Cheryl's having fun since you got your book doing paper crafting for her gift list too.
All right, so here is these are the foil attachments. If you all did not get a foil starter kit, this is what it looks like, okay? And it comes with a tool. It comes with two of these little burnishing tips, and it comes with glue pens. On the glue pen, there is a mark. My glue is now at 4. I've still got plenty to do this project. They start all the way up here at 1, but what my ScanNCut is asking me right here is, where is my glue on in my pen? That's the first thing that you have to set.
Oh, so it knows how much you need to draw, and it's helping you decide if you have enough glue. Is that right?
Yes, but basically it will kind of tell you that.
Okay.
It just wants to know how much you have. And then you squeeze this little button right here and you push the pin in. And you saw me eject my tip with that because that's the easiest way to get rid of the tip. We want to go back here. You're going to put it in with the silver side out, the flat side to the back. Push the lever down. Wrong side. Y'all didn't see any of that, did you? I'm used to doing this from behind, and I didn't want to move things out today, so I was being cheating. We decided to do this at the last minute, so you know, hey. All right. Now, correct screen, touch OK. And we're going to, it's telling us we're going to glue. If you need to adjust your filling pressure, you can, but this has been successful for me, so I'm good with what it's got. And it's going to sit here and draw. It's going to take it 4 minutes, so we can chit-chat some more while we're waiting on it to draw.
So quiet. That's what I always love about that.
Yeah, but the other ScanNCut my cat used to run when she heard it go. Now she hangs around and watches it come out of the machine.
All right, so what do we got here? You're a new ScanNCut. You're having trouble getting a playbook. Any suggestions? Charlene, do you have a brother dealer near you? That is I don't sell them myself. Only brother dealers do it. So call and see if you have a brother dealer near you. You can go to brothersews.com and look for that. All right. Angela says she needs to go, so I'm going to let her say goodbye.
I do. You know what? I'll be hopping back on to watch. I just have to run home and pick up Wynn on the way. So I don't leave him on the boat freezing. But I will be back watching live and making comments in about 10 minutes. So I want to see how this turns out. I'm dying to see this. I can't lose all of this.
So thanks for joining us today. And guys, if you all didn't watch our Facebook Live earlier today on the Brother Sews page, be sure and go back and do that, because we are starting an ugly sweater or funny sweater or
Ugly
over the top obnoxious sweater or t-shirt or pants or whatever. And we want you to do a hashtag, and I'll pop that up in a little bit, but go back and watch that because we had fun. All right.
Let me crash your party, Cindy.
See you soon, Ann.
Thanks for coming and crashing my party, Ann.
All right. Bye, guys.
You need to use your yes, you do need to use your ScanNCut DX. It is the bomb. We can take her off now. There we go. So, Joanne, while we're waiting on this thing to finish drawing, what are your favorite projects to do with the ScanNCut?
Oh, that's a really good question. I love to cut appliques with it. I really love cutting appliques. And then there's a collection that Brother makes that is boxes. I have had so much fun with those because you just buy a piece of, the cardstock colored paper, and you can, I made one for my sister. It had like a butterfly on the top, I think.
Yeah.
And they're just so much fun because, you can buy the littlest things, or like I showed earlier today, I still got them in here, the chocolates, just get some chocolate and make a pretty box like that, and just surprise somebody and give them some little special treat.
And there are also, let's see if it's going to play nice with us this time. There are boxes in Canvas Workspace. There we go. Looky there. Watch it load now. That are great gift card items.
Yeah. The other thing I've had fun doing is using some of the drawings in there and turning it actually into drawing the design, and then either using the app or scanning it on the Luminaire or on the Dream Machine or on the Stellaire, and then turning it into stitches and creating an embroidery pattern from the line art in there. So just like you're creating another pattern from the line art, from the machine design, it's like going the opposite almost. Taking line art from the ScanNCut and turning it into stitches. So there's just lots of possibilities.
There's so many possibilities. So this is a cracker box, and I love these things. They're so much fun. And it is using the foiling technique on it. So that's a great little embroidery, great little ScanNCut project.
That is so neat. I mean, those are the kind of things you can't even buy something like that if you tried to find it. And it's something so special.
This one right here is really cute too. It's decided not to play nice, but we'll see. So my glue is done. We're going to let it dry for just a minute, and then I'll go back over there. But I think those are really cute boxes.
Yeah, I remember our friend Sharon made those.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. You make something like that and you give it to somebody. She gave us each one of those with something inside. I don't even remember what was inside, but you never forget it. You never forget it.
My stepmother has been making these boxes. She just loves suitcases.
Oh, how fun.
She's been making these for gift cards.
So that's all in that's all in Canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't explored it that much, so my bad.
Canvas Workspace has tons of stuff. I like talking about pattern collections. I like the tattered lace collections.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Turn into stitches. Those are fun.
Yeah.
My favorite tattered lace, I think, is number 4 because it's got all the sewing items in it.
Yeah, love it. I mean, there's, like I said, there's just so many accessory options. Put that on your wish list. Start making a wish list.
Tons of stuff to do. All right, I'm going to flip back over to camera, but here comes up the tattered lace number 4. These stitch out beautifully too. Nice running stitch. You can run it through. Which is your preference, BES or PE design?
Oh boy, that's like asking which pet you love best. They're both just. I have both of them open a lot of times, and I'm literally flipping between one and another because they each do something different. So
yeah,
So
Joanne's a little bit of a software junkie like I am. Maybe not quite as much, but a little.
100 times more than I'll ever know. But it is so much fun just to explore and experiment even with the different things. A lot of times you sit down and you go, I wonder if, and then you just start clicking buttons and see if your dreams come true.
Yeah. And I'm going to pop this up and you can talk while I go over here. There we go.
Okay.
So it's told us we finished gluing. And now I'm going to touch OK and we're going to unload it. I'm going to flip my top up. Oops, can't flip my top up because my glue pin's in there. You want to make sure that you put your lid back on it, gang.
Okay, so I'm assuming the pens, when you need more glue, you buy new pens, right?
Yes, the pens come in a separate thing, and you can also buy different foil colors.
Aha. Nice.
I've got green, and I've got red, and I've got silver and pink, and all kinds of colors. So let's see here. Here's me a piece of red. Can you all see where I'm at? And you can see the glue if you're close up. You all can't see it because you're not close up. I'm going to take this and lay it down over the top of my glue. And then smooth it into place. And then there's this little piece of, and if you lose this, it's basically just a folder cover. And I'm going to tape that over the top of this. Medical paper tape's a girl's best friend.
Yep.
Because it doesn't stick like super glue to this machine, and it will hold everything into place. So we're just going to stick that over the top of it, and then we're going to put it back in the machine. So y'all know how to load it. I'm going to show you how to put the tip on. So here's your tip. You've got a hole end, and then you've got a round piece. We're going to stick the round piece in the bottom and push.
Carrie's putting a foil kit on her wish list.
Hey, I don't blame her. All right, so we want to go to this view, put it back in the machine, flat side in, push the lever down. Now, I took it out, I've put it back in. Now we're going to choose. Please select, go down a page, and we want foil 2, which is and it's going to walk you through every step that I just did, okay?
Nice.
So it tells you exactly what to do here. We're going to touch OK. And last week, Karen asked, and then we're just going to say start. Doesn't take it any time at all. last week someone asked, when would I use my scanner position in lever 1 versus lever 2? 2 is when you are drawing something or when you're cutting something that's thick, and the machine will automatically tell you that you need to do that. My lever was already at 2, so it did not tell me to do that. But if I were foiling, that is one that you would want the lever to be at 2. When I'm scanning, I'm always at 1, unless it's scanning something thick. And the machine will always warn you if you're doing something thick. Do we have any questions over there, Joanne?
I don't see any questions. Everybody's pretty. We're seeing that word a lot. Jen's going to use hers to make birthday cubes. That's a great idea.
Okay, where did I lose the card itself? Aha.
Other
right,
people
guys.
like that medical tape.
So here's the foiled item, but look here. You can stitch them some cork coasters to go with it.
Yeah, wow.
And then you've got a nice little gift all tucked in one. There are times that I will run this twice just to make sure. Today we're not going to do that. I'm just going to unload it.
So it's kind of like just rubbing it off, right? It's
rubbing. It's just smushing that foil down onto the paper.
Yeah.
And then you lift this up. Oh, looky there. I actually should have cut it a little bit closer. Evidently I've got shiny paper, so I can just kind of rub this off. It doesn't do that on dull paper, just so y'all know that.
Uh-huh.
But if you go back over it a second time, it will actually give it a little bit more oomph to it. I need my black auto blade because I'm cutting paper. So I'm going to take this out and put my black auto blade in because we're done with that part. We're going to load our mat back in.
Tracy's waiting for BES4 Power Pack 1 to come in. You're going to have fun, Tracy.
Yes, you are, for sure. So now we're going to cut it. I'm going to go ahead and say start, and it's going to cut my card out, and we're done.
Wow, that was super fast.
And I'll give it a second to do it. The little score lines are going to give us the place to bend it. And they will take the longest amount of time to cut.
And obviously, if you wanted to do more, you could just multiply that and cut as many and foil as many as could fit on that one piece.
Oh,
right?
yeah. You certainly could. You can do more than one card at a time. I just will tell you, you want to draw first and cut last. So you would do it would do all of the drawing first for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the foil is what I'm considering the drawing because it's drawing the glue onto your item.
Right.
And it's about done here.
How long's the foil kit been out, Cindy?
Couple of years. 2018, okay. I think.
Okay.
It actually is one of my favorite ones to use, especially at this time of year. Okay, I'm going to flip to this view so y'all can see what I want you to do. When you are taking paper off of a mat, to keep it from curling, if you peel the mat off of the paper instead of the paper off of the mat, you will not get curled paper. And then you want to put your dust cover on or stick it to another one. I couldn't find my dust cover. So here's my little dashed lines. I'm going to bend it forward and then bend it back. There is also in this kit, where did that go? This little guy right here. And I find that if I burnish that on there twice, that I generally don't need to do this as much. Mm-hmm. But if you've got any extras hanging out, you can come in and pick it up with this. And it takes away the excess. So I could come take that and rub the foil off the back as well.
What's nice about that?
There was no glue there.
Yeah.
It just picked up some foil.
And then unlike glitter, it's not getting all over your hands and your face in the house.
Exactly. but it's nice and shiny for you. And there you go.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. Absolutely
Quick,
beautiful.
easy card. Will the foil kit work with the 650W? I'll have to get back with you on that, Tammy. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know why you went. Oh, wait, there we go. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll check for you, Tammy, and look and see.
I'm going to say, I think yes.
I think it does because it's not an auto blade activity, so I think it does. But I'd have to go look at my 650W and see if it has foiling as one of its options. Most of the newer kits are only for the DX series.
And Gail has a question about the vinyl. I think. You see your question?
All right. So Gail, if you're doing adhesive vinyl, I always cut before I draw. And the reason being, if you draw before you cut, it smears the ink. If you do it after you cut, then you'll be able to see it. So that's my personal thing, is that you draw after you cut. I do not draw on my adhesive vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of anything. So heat transfer vinyl, then draw after you cut. So be sure and draw after you cut. All right, guys. So I have some banners I'm going to pop across here. If you guys decide to participate in our ugly sweater, ugly t-shirt, ugly pants, ugly strap, ugly whatever you want to do, or over the top holiday shirt, pants, whatever, we want you to be sure and do the hashtags down here below so that we can see your activity. We want you all to have fun with this. We're going to have fun with it. No, there's no big prize. We're going to try to gather people and put some images up as this is going along. So show us your progress. Show us, oh, I found these buttons. I think they're going to go on it. Oh, I found this bow. Isn't this one good? Whatever you're planning on doing, just take progress pictures and have fun with it. One last thing. Let's see here. I will do since it is a holiday week, I will do coupons for this week. They are not active yet because I haven't been online to activate them, but it will be LET4 for Lettering So Easy. If you want that one for BES4, make sure you get the one that's for BES4 because otherwise you will not be a happy camper. And my Digitizing So Easy version 10 will be DIG 10. Okay. I'll leave those up for a minute. Anything you want to share, Joanne?
Not really, just that it's been a fun day spending time with you and Angela, and we had a really good time with everybody that showed up too. So
we have had a blast, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. I actually thought we would be done before now. So it's been a great day. You can't get the three of us together and not have us chat a little bit too much.
My cheeks are sore from smiling and laughing so much. That's a good thing. Hopefully everybody else out there is feeling the same way.
Yes, you guys have a great day. Oh, remember, forgot this one. This is big. If you do not have BES4 and you would like to be entered into the drawing at the end of, basically, I think I'm drawing for that on the 15th. That it would be a Tuesday, right? It's the 15th, or is it the 4th? Whatever that week before Christmas is. Not the week of, but the week before Christmas. That Tuesday, I am drawing. You do need to put it in exactly as it is listed, running across that banner there. Hashtag need BES4 in the comments. If you would, I would really appreciate it if you would like and share my page. That's one of the ways that you show your love for us and gets us out here more. So, and go see Joanne at letsgosew.com.
Thanks.
I couldn't remember if it's blog or .com.
.com.
And Karen's telling me I'm drawing on the 14th. So I'm drawing on the 14th, guys. So if you want to be entered to win, put hashtag need BES4. And we are doing a social Hop, just so you know. Different Facebook pages will be highlighted all around, and it's hashtag Social Hop 2020. So you'll be hopping from page to page. We are giving Facebook page to Facebook page. We are giving different prizes away on each of the pages. So you guys have a great rest of the day. We have, Monday's the 14th. It's the 15th, so I'm not coming a day early. It'll be the 15th then. Karen, you're a day early. You guys have a great rest of the week. For those of you in my winter class, I will see you tomorrow afternoon. You're going to see a lot of me this week. So if you are, Houston Quilt Show is this weekend. Virtual Quilt Show is this weekend. So they will see me Thursday, Friday, and Saturday if they're doing that. So thanks, Joanne, so much for joining me today.
You can't have too much of a good thing.
Yep. You guys have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy sewing.